Where is my Naruto? Where is my Bleach? And where the fuck is my One Piece? Is more than most likely questions all of you would be asking around this time now, seeing as you're all on your favorite manga websites and it does not say update latest chapter of One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. So where the hell are they? What is going on? Well, I'm here today to tell you exactly what. I'm Koshi from the Otaku Related, here for you today with an announcement of what is Golden Week. Yes, the reason why your favorite mangas are not coming out today, yours and mine, is because of Golden Week. And now as soon as I said Golden Week, you're probably all like, abolish Golden Week, fuck Golden Week, you should make Golden Week illegal. No, I reckon Golden Week, actually, if I lived in Japan, I'd probably be celebrating my ass off right now if this was Golden Week, because of the fact that it actually sounds pretty cool, I guess you could say. Anyways, So of this video, first few minutes, I'm just going to be giving you a few questions and answers on Golden Week. What is Golden Week? Why is it called Golden Week? What happens in Golden Week? And the second half was just going to be a few thoughts and theories on what will be coming, what we should expect in the next week's chapters of Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. First of all, though, before I get started, I'm not 100% sure if Fairy Tail won't be coming out this Friday as well because of Golden Week. So if Fairy Tail manga does not come out, you can expect it is because of Golden Week. But what is Golden Week? A little bit of history. The national holiday laws promulgated in July 1948 declared 9 official holidays. Since many of these holidays were concentrated in a week, spanning the end of April to early May, many leisure-based industries experienced spikes in their revenues. The film industry was no exception. So I'm assuming now more than most likely that the film industry was basically the industry to give Golden Week the title of Golden Week. Before that, it was just known as, I don't know, Special Week or Happy Week or Public Holiday Week or something like that. So continuing on, in 1951, the film Jiu Gakko recorded higher ticket sales during this holiday film week than any other time in the year, including New Year's and Obon. I've got no idea what the fuck Obon is. This prompted the managing director of Dale Film Co. Ltd., I'm assuming this is the film industry that produced Jiu Gakko, to dub the week Golden Week based on the Japanese radio lingo Golden Time, which denotes the period with the highest listener rating. So Golden Time denotes the period with the highest listener rating. So if this was the period with the highest views rating or the highest sales rating or something like that, I'm assuming he decided to dub this week Golden Week. At that time, April 29th was a national holiday celebrating the birth of the Showa Emperor. Upon his death in 1989, the day was renamed Greenery Day, and in 2007, Greenery Day was moved to May 4th, and April 29th was renamed Showa Day to commemorate the late Emperor. Before 2007, this is an interesting fact, well, kind of, more most likely it's a law. I'm pretty sure it's a law in Japan. So before 2007, Greenery Day was actually on April 29th, and I'm not 100% sure if they celebrated Showa Day before 2007. But seeing as Greenery Day was on April 29th, then what was May 4th? What was the day of May 4th? May 4th was nothing. It was just a normal public holiday, I am assuming. This is because that in Japan it states that there is a law that if there is a day that falls between two public holidays, that day also becomes a public holiday. So for example, if May 3rd was a public holiday, and well, May 3rd is a public holiday, and May 5th is a public holiday, but May 4 isn't a public holiday, due to the law, May 4 then also becomes a public holiday. But this is pretty awesome for the guys in Japan, having just a week off of everything. They get paid leaves and all that kind of mumbo jumbo, etc. And they also get to celebrate their absolute asses off because it's a public holiday every single day of this week in Japan. So it ranges from April 29th all the way to May 5th. April 29th is Showa Day. I'm just going to go through now what happens during this week of Golden Week. So April 29th is Showa Day and is the birthday of the former Emperor Showa. I'm not 100% sure what was so special about this emperor to be celebrated among all else's, but you know, awesome Emperor Showa, good on you, you got yourself a public holiday. Mad. So he died in the year 1989, and until 2006, Greenery Day, which is celebrated on May 4th, used to be celebrated on May 29th, which I just explained. So May 3rd is known as Constitution Day, Kenpo Kinenenbi. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but that is what it's called. So on this day in 1947, the new post-war constitution was put into effect. I'm pretty sure that was known also as Memorial Day. So, you know, my condolences to the soldiers, I guess, but yeah, it's a pretty sad day. It's similar to what we have in Australia, known as Anzac Day, where we memorialise our fallen soldiers, etc., etc. So yeah, May 3rd is Constitution Day. May 4th is Greenery Day because the former emperor, known as Showa, loved plants and nature and Mother Nature and Earth and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they gave him his day known as Greenery Day, May 4th. May 5th is Children's Day. So basically, if you're a kid, you can party your freaking ass off, you can get drunk, get smashed, playing the balls pit. Anyways, May 5th is known as Children's Days, the boys' festival, Tango no Seku. So it's not a girls' festival, so basically it's just, you know, boys are us, they usually all will go back and kick out at like the strip club or whatever they do if they're like 5 and 6 years old. So families pray for the health and future success of their sons by hanging up carp streamers and displaying samurai dolls. So this is the exact opposite of what I just explained by 5 and 6 year old boys going to hang out at strip clubs. So they obviously don't do this. It's just their parents celebrating the future health and education of their sons. not 100% sure if they do it for their daughters as well, but who knows. So yeah, so they hang up carp streamers and display samurai dolls, both symbolizing strength, power, and success in the life. The Girls Festival is celebrated on March 3rd, so they also do have a Girls Festival. So that's awesome. So that is what Golden Week is, why it's called Golden Week, and all that other stuff that you may be asking, why is there Golden Week? Personally, I wish I could live in Japan and celebrate this Golden Week. I reckon it would be a hell of a time. They say that it is a time, when I researched it a little bit, it was mentioned that it was a time when a lot of the airports and traffic and etc. does go up a lot because there are a lot of tourists coming to Japan during this time of the year. So I reckon it would be a hell of a time to celebrate Golden Week in Japan. Another thing I'd actually really go to like to Japan would be two things. The first one, it's really probably 50-50. But the first one would be sakura blossoms, because I've seen them in animes and in mangas like everywhere. But you'd never see them anywhere else but in Japan. I've always wanted to actually see one in real life, the sakura blossoms. I reckon that'd be fucking amazing. And the second one would be to go to Akihabara, which is like the anime manga central of Japan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's called Akihabara. Okay, so now moving on. Hopefully we have time. Let me check the time. Okay, yeah, so moving on to what my thoughts would be for next week's manga chapter. So it would be Bleach 579, Naruto 675, and One Piece 746. Let's start with Bleach 579 because I really have no idea where it could go from here. So in 578 we had Grammy the V. He basically committed suicide because he's an absolute idiot. In order to become stronger than Kenpachi, he in essence imagined Kenpachi within himself. And if he did do that, then the Kenpachi within himself would obviously tear his outer body apart, killing him, because Kenpachi is his enemy. So to imagine your enemy within you in order to become stronger than your enemy is like the dumbest idea I've ever heard of in my life. So Grammy the V, basically he went from a monster to an absolute idiot in one page. One page. That was like 30 seconds. Monster to idiot, one page. Died. So next week, what would happen in next week? Well, personally, I want fucking Ichigo to hurry the hell up and just stop running down the stairs and just start falling, because you won't even die if you hit the ground. You're probably that strong. So hurry the hell up and get to Soul Society already and fuck shit up, because seriously, it's been like 40,000 chapters since we have last seen you. So Ichigo, hurry the hell up and get your ass into the main action. Personally, that's what I would like to see, Ichigo's badass return. He's up there on my return list. It was Ichigo, then it was Byakuya, then it was Zaraki. Zaraki's was way more badass than Byakuya's. I thought Byakuya was going to have his ultimate badass interest. It was ultimately badass, but I reckon Kenpachi's was way more badass. Okay, so yeah, that's really what I want to see in the next chapter of Bleach 579, just Ichigo coming in, tearing shit up. I don't really have any theories or anything for that, because with 578 Bleach, where we have Grammy the V dead, there's really nothing that comes to my mind, because I'm really just, even if it's a word, imaginingless, whatever, I have nothing to imagine of what the next week's chapter could be, because last week's chapter kind of let me down quite a little bit. Moving on to Naruto 675, what I think will happen in next week's chapter. So in 674, in the last few pages, we had Madara coming in with his truth stick. He threw it at Sakura. So because Sakura, more than most likely, she was just about to crush Obito's Rinnegan. So really, this could go in one of two ways. The first way is Sakura crushes Obito's Rinnegan, and Madara is stuck with only one Rinnegan. That is more than most likely not going to happen, because the way Naruto is rolling now, it's more for the fans who are into this kind of Naruto style, where it's just give us what the fans want, what we expect, and don't just, you know, freak us out. That's the way Naruto is rolling. So I reckon that we are going to get Uchiha Madara with his second Rinnegan, and he's more than most likely going to fuck shit up between Naruto and Sasuke. So yeah, Naruto and Sasuke are going to battle 100% Jubi, Uchiha Madara with his two Rinnegans, and it's going to be an all-out brawl that will last another 30 to 40 manga chapters. No, that's just an exaggeration. It's probably only going to last another 10 to 15. And it's pretty sad how Madara did take Kakashi's fucking Sharingan, and I'm like, you know, because that was a memento from Obito, his best friend, so for him to do that, that was kind of a dog act. That was pretty rap. So yeah, that's what I reckon is going to happen next week's chapter. Just, you know, another 2 versus 1, Sasuke and Naruto versus Uchiha Madara with his Jubi powers and his two Rinnegans. How much of a power boost do I reckon he's going to get from his Rinnegan when he gets it? A huge power boost, because he has been longing for this Rinnegan for a long time. So for him to long for this Rinnegan, if it didn't give him a power boost, it would be absolutely ridiculous. So obviously this second Rinnegan will give him a massive power boost. Maybe 2 Rinnegans gives you, I don't know, allows you to activate some sort of special jutsu, like, I don't know, death to the world jutsu or some shit like that. Who knows? I'm just making that bullshit up. But yeah, it should obviously give him a massive power boost. Otherwise it would just be completely ridiculous for him to be searching for the Rinnegan for this entire amount of time, but give him nothing spectacular in return. Now moving on to One Piece chapter 746. So in essence, Dressrosa has basically been turned into the Hunger Games. So now we may as just well turn One Piece to the Hunger Games featuring the Straw Hat Pirates, because that's what it really is. So we have the Straw Hat Pirates, we have all these other pirates, and the Straw Hat Pirates and their allies fighting Doflamingo. Doflamingo released his birdcage, which, as I theorized, and yes, I was correct, awesome, that he would basically shoot up this massive spiral of string into the air, then the string would explode and envelop all of Dressrosa, creating essentially a birdcage with the people inside Dressrosa as the birds. And then he goes on to promote basically a deathmatch. So he says to everyone in Dressrosa that in order for you to survive, there are two ways. The first way, you can kill me. It's, you know, as hard as it sounds, you can kill me and then you win the game, in essence. Or the second way is, I'm going to list a list of people, I'm going to name a list of people, and if you take one of their heads and bring it to me, not only will you be plentifully paid with this bounty on their heads, you will also be given your life in return. So in order for you to survive, you have to kill one of these people. So I'm more than most likely assuming that the people he is going to name are the Straw Hat crew, everyone, so from Luffy all the way down to Usopp, even though Usopp's already dead. Yes, I just named the strongest to the weakest characters of the Straw Hat Pirates. I think Usopp is honestly one of the weakest. I reckon Chopper's stronger than Usopp. But anyways, this isn't the time for that. And then he's also going to name the people who are part of the Revolutionary Army. And then he's also more than most likely going to name King Riku, being still alive, and Kuros, and the ancestors such as Rebecca and Violet and the others. The other people I reckon he's going to name as the people you have to kill in order to gain your life. Now, who are the people who are going to fight them? I reckon that the Straw Hat allies, including those of the Tontata and the Hapu Navy and Cavendish, also known as Cabin Bitch or Cabbage Head, and Bartholomew will not be fighting against the Straw Hat Pirates and everyone else that he names. They will be fighting with them. Why? Because first of all, the Hapu Navy has already declared that Mugiwara no Luffy is the next commander. So the commander of the Hapu Navy, his own navy, is not going to fight him. Yes, Luffy, if you have forgotten, Luffy is the next commander of the Hapu Navy. Secondly, Cavendish. Why? Because Cavendish swore, more than most likely Cavendish is like 60-40, but Cavendish, because he swore his oath, loyalty to the Straw Hat Pirates, he said he would forget about killing them because Usopp saved him. I think Cavendish is a man of his word. Personally, that's what I think, that Cavendish is a man of his word. Because of the character that he has displayed so far, he seems to be a man of his word. So I do not reckon that he will fight against them. And thirdly, Bartholomew. Why? Because he obviously wants Luffy's dick. If you haven't seen that by now, then what the hell have you been reading? There's obviously hardcore bromance going on between Bartholomew and Luffy, and also Zoro Senpai, and, you know, as he says, Luffy Senpai. So yes, the Happy Navy, the Cavendish, Cabbage Head, and Bartholomew. I do not reckon they will be fighting against the Straw Hat Pirates, Tontata, and everybody else that Doflamingo names. I reckon they will be fighting with them to take down Doflamingo. I think I mentioned the Revolutionary Army as well. Yeah, but anyways, the Revolutionary Army, if I did not mention them, they will obviously be fighting with the Straw Hat Pirates. Anyways, guys, yes, that was my video for today. Expectations, what is Golden Week, etc., all that kind of thing. I hope for really that my expectations are lived up to in next week's chapters, especially for Bleach. I really want to hurry up and just see Ichigo, because that's really annoying me. Naruto and One Piece, they've always been living up to the hype, and every single week they're just getting better and better and better. But yeah, that was it, guys, for today. They my what is Golden Week and expectations for Bleach 579, Naruto 675, and One Piece 746. Just before I finish with Otaku's random question of the day, what is your favorite manga? Well, my favorite manga is Kingdom. I've only read like 8 or 9 mangas, but out of all of them, I love Kingdom. You know, you've been thinking I might say One Piece or Bleach or Fairy Tail or whatever the hell I've been of these main shonens, but no, it's Kingdom. Kingdom is absolutely freaking amazing. There is not one chapter of Kingdom that does not trigger some sort of emotion within me. Kingdom is fucking awesome. Seriously, if you have not read Kingdom, read Kingdom. So yes, again, the question, the Otaku's random question of the day, what is your favorite manga? So, I'm Kirsty from the Otaku, came at you guys with today with what is Golden Week and my expectations of next week's 3 mangas, the Fairy Tail, Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. As I said before, I'm not 100% sure if this Friday's Fairy Tail will be released because of Golden Week, so if it's not released, it's obviously because of Golden Week. And yeah, but as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.